Hi, I'm Hidori Rose and I have been working as one type or another of online sex worker since I was 18 years old. I've been a cam girl, then aero cosplayer, and now an OnlyFans girl. I am now 30 years old and 12 years into my career. I want to use this video as a bit of a public journaling to talk about a few things that are important to me and my perspective on life. I'm addressing this to my followers, to my peers, and hopefully to anyone interested in this subject. I have made a video or two in the past showing glimpses of my personal life, and I was amazed and intrigued at the responses I have received. From those who watched them, mostly positive and inspiring. And yeah, I haven't made a video like that in years since I did my last one. It was titled about my weight loss and a road to happiness. While I stand by that video and I consider it an accurate bit of representation of my thought processes at that time, I must say that a lot of things have changed for me in the past years, especially since the end of the pandemic. The way I look and my work are not the main things bringing me main fulfillment anymore. So the elements that have contributed to my change in mindset have been exponentially earning more money than I could ever need or know what to do with during the pandemic. Moving to a different country, which to me personally and to others who I've talked to feels much more laid back, culturally diverse, and has this free feeling. Well, I moved from Bucharest, Romania to Barcelona, Spain, Catalonia. And I also stopped my contraceptive pills, which messed with my hormones. It kind of blurred the line between my real personality and hormonal hacking of my development from a teen to a young adult. I've also been approaching 30 and hitting the wall, as they say, being a 30 years old woman in a world obsessed with youth and beauty. And compounded by me choosing a line of work which, had me commodifying my image for a long amount of time, for better and for worse, while also perpetuating some of the same less than admirable parts of the culture I grew up in. So basically, the time just passing and being the subject of growing older and hopefully wiser now. All that being said, I thought I'd do another video with some kind of updates to those who may concern. Talking about my goals and hopes, I would say that basically I consider myself blessed and privileged to have a mostly happy and sheltered adult life with comfortable earnings, improved family relationships, at least on my mom's side, and a very supportive long-term partner and amazing friends. I did have a narcissistic and upset father, having little hope for any kind of interesting or happy future when I was a child, living in a small town, struggling with depression episodes, even at my best moments, ever since I can remember. Recently, I have been left with a lot of questions to ponder about things such as what's my place in life as a human being, as a woman, as a member of our society, and as a sex worker under the current modern way of living. I hope this video can be a bit educational and a way for me to reveal myself more to my followers beyond just a pretty image to look at. One of the things I would like to achieve, apart from just living life with its ups and downs, is to show others that being sexual and doing sex work or just being turned on by the persons you are attracted to does not have to cancel out your empathy and humanity towards those persons. Basically, you can be horny and absolutely still be a decent human being, not making a dirty or shameful thing for either the consumer or the consumed. That while there are a lot of problems with how we perceive sex and intimacy in our Western society, which is an enormous subject, too broad to, to actually talk about here in any details. I think that each of us can take some small steps to deconstruct, reframe, and learn more healthy patterns of interacting with that part of our existence. I think the keys to this goal, in my opinion, is developing the skills of empathy, love, and understanding. Yes, I think those are actual skills to be learned. While growing up, I thought that you either have these or you don't. Being sociable, loving, and lovable, and being empathetic seemed to me more like inborn talents rather than something to be learned. And I felt bad about not living up to certain fantasy models of existence presented in media and seen in other people around me. At the present time, I have changed my opinion and I have noticed it in myself and those around me. As with anything else, learning and changing is the mission in life for the foreseeable future. Of course, not all of us have the same equal starting point, and our lives are deeply molded by our environment, place of birth, relationships to others, being born in a certain race, sex, physical and mental ableness, sexual orientation, simply fate and luck makes it so that each of us has vastly different obstacles and chances in life. My point of view is just one result of these very complex factors, plus my own efforts towards educating myself. For me, online sex work has been the blessing and the gate towards a better and freer life for myself, and I intend to do it for as long as possible or until I won't feel like doing it anymore. Sex work is work. I have confidently chosen it as my first and only career so far since I became of age. I wouldn't change this choice or any other major personal choice I have done. I am only sorry and much more aware nowadays about the side effects and harm I am sure I have caused by simply existing and doing what I thought was right in my search for happiness. As anything in life, no one can be only good or evil. Everything and everyone has both a dark side and a light side in various quantities, and we can only do our best and hope to increase the goodness in ourselves and our environment. Even though we will never achieve perfect goodness, it's still a goal worth pursuing to the best of our abilities and energy. Firstly, I would start with the less glamorous and dark side of my work and life in the context of modern online and offline existence. While, as I said, this line of work has made me very happy and accomplished overall, it has also contributed to less than happy and contradicting feelings inside myself over the years. Some of these things from what I gather up to this point are: 1. I am lucky and privileged to be born as an able-bodied, reasonably attractive white woman with basic and decent level of access to free education, including internet, at key points in my life, and having some people who could care for me and give me space to develop my personality. While these are perfectly neutral things and a matter of luck, I at times overestimated my own choices and smartness as keys to me overcoming my condition, while looking down on less than fortunate or inspired souls around me. I have been deeply influenced by patriarchal expectations while growing up in a less than progressive time and place in the world, and I have suffered from eating disorders, body dysmorphia. I have felt the need to present myself in a much more acceptable parameters of attractiveness, and by noticing my success increasing while doing these things like editing, plastic surgery, keeping my weight around a certain number, and fully embracing the male gaze, I am sure I have perpetuated certain negative standards, negative feelings in fellow women, and unrealistic expectations in the men consuming my content. While this makes sense from a business standpoint and it's a testament to my continuous success over the years, it is something that I will always continue to struggle with to find a balance. Right now, I am at a better than ever point with my self-image. This is why I can even talk about it and be so open about it. But I am well aware that things could turn for the worse again. But hopefully next time I will be at least more educated and stronger mentally to tackle it. My love for anime and otaku culture is close to my heart and will always remain so. But the portraying of gender relations and beauty standards in that space has contributed and amplified my previous struggles with self-image, continuously comparing myself and trying to embody anime characters for my career. While fun and rewarding, it has also had negative effects. East Asian beauty standards have been a strong influence for my image to the point where I have been perceived as trying to look Asian and denying my whiteness. I can understand and I do not blame the people who have gotten this impression about me. The fact that a lot of people were telling me I look somehow Asian even before I was an adult and continue to do so ever since has probably contributed to this through no fault of their own. It's just an innocent observation on their part. It was me going along with what I thought looked best for my image in my mind. If Asian girls look good with this and that makeup or hairstyle, maybe it will work for me too, since people say I have these similar features. Of course, body dysmorphia be damned didn't help me by confusing me more about how exactly I look like or not. I am nowadays more aware of these factors and I try to strike a balance between picking beauty trends that genuinely interest me and and what I think I should be doing because others react to it positively. Another less than clear-cut issue is the fact that I have probably and will still probably sometimes cosplay popular but canonly underage character in a sexy context. Most of my life I was of the strong impression that it's nothing wrong since I am an adult and my followers are adults. And it may even be a benefic thing that, they are attracted to this character version with my obvious adult body and face instead of looking for the real thing. At the moment that I'm filming this video, my mentality is starting to shift. I do not want to villainize cosplayers or consumers of this content. It is obviously not as bad as the real thing and most of them do it innocently, but I have been slowly starting to feel less comfortable recently with myself cosplaying underage characters. I will probably still do it sometimes if I love a costume in particular, but I will try to do it less and less as I develop a more mature style. I am still forming my opinion on this, so please let me know your honest view on this sensitive topic in the comments. Taking a closer look at my life up to now and my relationships with my work and my followers, I hope to improve and build my happiness by keeping my focus on some of the following things, like compassion for those who buy my content and contribute to my well-being. I am on the road to humanize and interact more genuinely with the people behind the usernames, to be less judgy and open to their mistakes when they don't know my boundaries beforehand, but I also won't push my own boundaries for more money and success. I will, refuse them in a calm and gentle manner when they overstep. I want to show attention and genuine appreciation for long-time fans without going to the extreme of creating a parasocial relationship and hurting them. I will try to keep my prices low and affordable as much as possible, knowing how much my paying customers work and sacrifice for every dollar spent on a little pleasure and relaxation. I would also hope to embody more generosity. I enjoy collaborating and sharing my experience and knowledge with other sex workers, cosplayers, or anyone who finds them useful, really, and helpful. I just love helping others with my years of experience. I learn so much from meeting new people from all over the world and also making friendships and acquaintances online and offline. It's a very fulfilling experience to exchange knowledge. I also want to find ways to share from my own monetary earnings and give back to the community and those who need it more than me. I try to support smaller creators. Patience, I think, is very important and useful skill to develop in a world moving at such intense pace nowadays, making us feel that we should do and achieve more and more all the time. The different apps and platforms always tugging at us to keep us on our toes, ever-changing algorithms, so you can have visibility, because most of them actively discourage and discriminate against sex workers, which I get it to a point. We're in a very weird spot. Immensely popular, but always having to, to go about it in a sneaky and not very authentic way. That's another complex subject to dissect here, but yeah, I think that patience and power to recenter myself and anchor my mind to what actually matters at the end of the day, it's super important. I don't need that much money or popularity to live a decent life. There are other important parts of my life that I would like to focus my efforts on, like developing deep and meaningful relationship with others and with myself. After all this being said, I hope I could convey some ideas that I kept feeling like they were bursting from my chest lately, and I had to put them out there in writing or video form. When I wrote my ideas down for this video, I wasn't really sure if I would go through with it and actually post it, but even just writing them down has been like a cleansing experience. So if you are still here, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking the time, I hope this video is accessible, and if people are interested, maybe I will do more of these kinds of videos, just as a way to connect a bit more in a more authentic way than just through sexy photos and videos and silly content. I will now go on and list some people and their creations, their art, and ways of seeing the world who have given me a lot of inspiration, and they made me think a lot on how to further build and share my small contribution. These are writers, online persons, and just cool humans in general.